Listen to me, because this is the moment where you have to decide, are you going to be a victim of your circumstances, or are you going to be the master of your financial destiny? You have $10,000. For some of you, that represents years of disciplined saving, of saying no to the things you wanted so you could have what you needed later. For others, maybe it's a small windfall or the start of a rollover. But I don't care where it came from, I care where it is going. Because if you are standing on the doorstep of retirement, or if you are already there, that $10,000 is not just extra cash. It is your security. It is your peace of mind. And if you handle it incorrectly, you aren't just losing money, you are losing your future safety. The biggest problem I see right now is that you are paralyzed. You're looking at the markets, you're hearing the news, and you are terrified of making a mistake. You're asking yourself, is now the right time? What if the market drops tomorrow? What if I put this $10,000 into an account and it becomes $5,000 by next month? That fear is real, but let me tell you what is even more dangerous, the fear of doing nothing. When you leave that money sitting in a standard savings account earning next to nothing while inflation eats away at your purchasing power, you are guaranteed to lose. You are choosing a slow financial death over the possibility of growth. We are not going to do that anymore. You need to understand that at this stage of your life, the goal is not just getting rich. The goal is staying okay. So, how do we invest this first $10,000? First, we have to look at the container. Where is this money going? If you are still working even a little bit, or if your spouse is, you must look at a Roth IRA. Why a Roth? Because I want you to be tax-free in retirement. I don't want you to be a partner with the IRS when you are 80 years old. If you put that money into a traditional IRA, every time you take a penny out, you're going to owe the government. But with a Roth, you've already paid the tax. That money grows, and when you need it for a medical bill or a trip to see the grandkids, it's all yours. If you are over 50, remember, you have catch-up contributions. You can put more away than the younger generation. Use that to your advantage. Now, let's talk about what goes inside that account. You are afraid of the big drop. I get it. So, we are not going to gamble. We are going to use a strategy called dollar cost averaging. You have $10,000. Do not, I repeat, do not put all $10,000 into the market on a Tuesday morning just because you feel lucky. You take that money and you divide it. Maybe you put $1,000 in a month for the next 10 months. This way, if the market goes down, you're buying more shares at a cheaper price. If the market goes up, your earlier shares are worth more. You win either way because you are disciplined. What are you buying? At your age, we need a balance of growth and safety. I want you to look at exchange-traded funds, or ETFs. Specifically, a total stock market index fund and a total bond market index fund. Why? Because an index fund gives you a little piece of everything. You aren't betting on one company, you are betting on the American economy. For a retiree, a common mistake is being too conservative. People say, Susie, I'm retired, I should be 100% in bonds. No! You could live another 30 years. If you don't have some exposure to stocks, your money will not keep up with the cost of living. You need that $10,000 to work for you while you sleep. The question you should be asking is, do I have my must-have documents in order before I touch this? Before that $10,000 goes into a retirement account, do you have an emergency fund? If your car breaks down tomorrow, are you going to have to pull that money back out of your Roth IRA and pay a penalty or lose your growth? You must have at least 8 to 12 months of living expenses in a high-yield savings account first. Safety first, then secondary growth. Your actionable takeaway today is this: open that account. If you don't have a Roth IRA at a discount brokerage like Schwab, Fidelity, or Vanguard, do it today. Don't wait for Monday. Don't wait for the perfect market conditions. Then, set up an automatic transfer. Even if you start with $500 a month out of that $10,000, get the machine moving. You need to move from a place of fear to a place of action. When you have a plan, the fear goes away. You deserve to enjoy your retirement without checking the stock ticker every 5 minutes. You deserve to be powerful. Stand in your truth, handle your money with integrity, and everything else will fall into place.